Here's my green beans. My green bean patch, I got that out of, is a 5x5 location. And there's still some in there that are probably, you notice these are nice and thick. And I did pick some that were kind of skinny and I probably shouldn't have. But I've probably got a half a bucket of what this looks like right here, plus a bunch more flowering. So we're going to go ahead and pressure can them. All right, guys, let me show you what we got going on. You've seen all the green beans in my red tub I had. What I usually do is I'll fill this tub up with water. I put like 1 drop of soap in here, and then I just let these things soak. All right, these have been in here for about 5 minutes. I'll probably let them go for like 15 minutes. Just make sure that whatever was on there is gone. And then what I'll end up doing is taking them, pick up a handful at a time here, rinse them off. I'm going to dump them in this water and then let them soak in here, kind of clean up a little bit. And then I'll clean them up and put them back in that red container, and we're going to go ahead and start cutting them up to get ready to go in the jars. I believe my water may be starting. Yeah, we got it. Ooh, that's hot. Let's go ahead and start this. All right, we got it set for 10 minutes. All right, we're boiling. Now, I'm going to show you. I know I've been busy and didn't think about turning the camera on, but I know everybody probably knows how to cut beans, but I'm going to show you what we're doing here. We do like our beans a little bit longer. These were washed completely in 2 separate containers of water, and then I just take them, wipe them down, because there's still some stuff you just don't ever know. You just don't want that grit or whatever it is that could be in your bean or on your bean, sorry. I just kind of make like a quick little batch of it. Kind of go like that. I just take everything together. Nothing's precise. Like I said, I know you all know how to cut beans, but just showing you what I'm doing. Got myself my compost pile going here. Now I'll just go ahead and cut the length I want. Keep on going down. We've got a couple here. Let's just spin it around. Some of these are okay. But that's what I do. I mean, it's nothing big. I did just want to show you it. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to show you something. I've got my water, hot water, is just stopped boiling. I need to empty out some of the water that's in here, but this is hot water also. So we're going to do this as hot packing it. I am going to add a half a teaspoon in my pint jars. Why am I using pint jars? Well, it's just my wife and I. Each pint jar fits us perfectly. I'm just using a canning salt. I know people have different things that they may want for salt, but that's what we're going to use. And here pretty soon we're going to go ahead and take that hot water and we're going to pour it in here. Let's go ahead and just start adding some water. And we're going to bring it to about 1 inch below the rim. And we also need to make sure that our vegetables are below the water. Now I did pack that pretty good. I think we'll have just enough water. Okay, I'm waiting for my lids to boil. Yeah, I put my lids in there in boiling water. I know you don't have to do it. They say you don't have to. But you know what? I want everything sterile. I'm not taking a chance on anything. I know they're brand new. They come sealed up in a bag, in a box. I don't care. All right, now let's get our fancy little handy dandy tool here. All right, you got this little tool. Let's go in here and move around. Try to get the air pockets, whatever it could be in there. Believe it or not, sometimes there's a big air pocket right in there. And when you move this around, we need to get that out of there to get more water in here. See, this here I could have added. Let's take a couple out of this one. All right, we got this all done. I'm just making sure I don't have no salt on this lids anywhere, on the rims. Because all this is water. Now if we had tomato paste and everything else that had some kind of oil substance to it, I'd definitely be putting vinegar on it. But I'm just making sure there's no salt. These jars were fully sterilized over there. So let's go and put these lids on. All right, we got all the lids on. Now I'm just going to go on and install these rings. You do not want to put the rings on tight. I did that back a couple years ago. I'm assuming I did, and it actually too tight. I actually went ahead and it kinked the lids, and that was a big no-no. I'll go through here in a second. I'm going to put all these down real quick. Get them close. I did inspect my rings before I went ahead and, before I put them all in the water. And I also look at your rims, make sure there's no kinks in your rims. All we're trying to do is just grab your jar. All right, it's hitting right now. Right there it's hitting. I just go, that's it. We're hitting. That's it. You want that air to be able to get out of there to escape. And we'll go to the other side and get those jars. And have a good seal. Think they're all good. All right, let's put them in the water. In the bottom of my pressure canner, there's lines, and on mine, I'm at the very bottom. I have it marked so it's easier to see, but it's probably, what is it, like an inch off the bottom. Now I should be able to put all these jars in here with no problem. All right, we got them all in there. There you go. They're looking good. Let's get the lid on. Here's my mark on my canner itself. There's an arrow. There's an arrow right here. We're going to drop that right on top, line it up, and now we're going to spin it. There we go. Now what we're going to do is, I know I say this every time I can, but hey, there may be somebody new here. What's going to happen is, once this thing really starts boiling, getting hot, we're going to see steam come from here, okay? Once we see steam from there, at a good steady steam, then you're going to time it for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we will put this on here, okay? About the time that we're putting this on here, this pops up, okay? This is a safety lock, so you cannot turn your lid. That's going to pop up, and you can never turn that lid again until this thing cools off, okay? So for right now, we're waiting on that. Hey, I've got a lot of people that are scared to pressure can because they're worried about the thing blowing up. Okay. Well, what's going to happen is once I put this back on, now we're going to start building pressure. We need to keep it, but no lower than 10, 11. Right in that area is great for my sea level where we're at. All right. Now we're going to control that by turning down our fire on our stove. But also, what happens if this thing was to get wild and say something happened, you took off, you forgot this thing was on, it built so much pressure. This has a, you guys can see it back here, that rubber plug. That's a safety plug. That plug will blow out. So this thing can never build the kind of pressure that everybody's worried about something exploding. So it has plenty of safety features on it. Let's get that off. So you can't get hurt. Like I said, you can't undo this top until that pops down. So you're worried about getting hurt is limited. You're not going to do it. If it's your stupidity is if you would remove this black thing I just showed you while there's steam, then you're going to get steam burned. But other than that, it's going to go like that. It's going to stay there, and you leave this alone. You don't take that off until this is all fully cooled down, which could take a couple hours. All right, guys, let me point this out to you. Do you see the steam that's starting to come up right there? Okay, we're going to want that steam to be a little bit more advanced. Here's the thing. All right, pretty soon that this, once that's already been going for like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe we need to keep it going a little bit longer, but soon this is going to pop up too, and maybe we can catch it. So if it pops up, and if this has got a steady steam, I'm going to put this on here. Then we're going to allow our gauge to go to 10 pounds, or a little bit after is fine. Once it's at 10 and staying steady, we're putting this on. We're going to cook this for 25 minutes, pressure canning it. All right, we're doing good. I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to put this on. Let's watch that pop. You see it? She popped up. All right, so now we're going to do ahead. I'm just setting this for right now. Now we got to wait for this pressure to get up to 10 psi or more. As of right this second, I cannot take that lid off for nothing. We're locked in spot. I don't know if you can see it, but we're actually about 11.5 pounds. One thing you do not want to do, if your temp got really high or whatever, do not bump that up to let pressure out, because if you let out too much at one time, you could cause one of your jars to crack internally. So you got to just learn how to play with your stove. I know for a fact that with these in here, on this stove, I have to be absolutely on the low setting, and I can keep my temperature right about 11 pounds. So we're there. I'm starting my timer. Got about 16 seconds, 15 seconds left. If you noticed, that pan is not all the way under. My fire's not all the way under the pan. I was having a problem of just trying to keep it not going too much higher. There we go, that ended. Turn that off. All right, and so I moved the whole pot back like a quarter or a third of the way back, and that is actually what it took to keep me from my pressures are going up any higher. So now we're done pressure canning this. So now we have to let this cool off all on its own. You leave that alone completely until that gauge is 0, and until that pops down, then you can remove it. Let's wait, we're close. We're almost to 0, and then that will fall, and we can take that off. You see one down? Now it's everything 0. We can take that off. And literally, I should be able to spin this right this minute. There we go. So there you go. I'm going to let that set a little longer. It's in here. I like to let the jar set for a bit. All right, let's remove this lid. Going to be a little wet. I'm just going to take it and go put it over here in the sink real quick. All right. Let's take a peek at these babies. And they're still cooking. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm hearing some popping. Do you hear that sound of music? It's canning music. Oh, there you go. I'm under fire, help. This one in my hand needs to pop yet. And maybe, maybe you've already popped. Yep, that one there right there just popped. And that one just popped. I'm not sure, that one may still need to, but that would be the only one left. Alrighty, let's get you to look closer, guys. They're all looking good. Now I'm going to go ahead and mark the lids. And, you know, I'll mark them this month in the year, which is the 9th month in the year. And there you go. Keep good track of them. All right, guys, there's my green beans, and I will have more to do. Thank God we got green beans. They're still cooking. All right, so we're going to naturally let them cool down. Do not touch the rings. Leave them alone. 24 hours after then, go ahead and pull the rings off. And I usually try to grab a ring and I kind of shake the jug a little bit. And if it pops off, then we'll just put this ring back on, put it in the refrigerator. But if nothing happens, it's time to put these things up. Tomorrow, I'll clean off these lids a little bit. I forgot to put some vinegar in there. All right, guys, that's done for this little project. I've got a bunch more coming. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.